welcome back. Today we are diving into lesson 9 of A Course in Miracles, and this is another powerful one. Honestly, I feel like I say that every single week because this text is just so profound and really allows such deep transformation and shift around our thoughts and our beliefs. So let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you for your patience. For those who have been following A Course in Miracles with me here in the past, you may have noticed there's a little bit of a hiatus. There was a lot going on in my life. I was moving and then, grounding, getting settled, doing a lot of different work things, and I kept coming back to this, and I really wanted to be on here and showing up more, not only for my own accountability of committing to this text, but also to continue sharing it and just kind of distilling the information and everything that comes through for me. So for those who have been following, again, thank you for sticking around. I promise I'm going to try really hard to do better this time at staying consistent so that we can work through this and continue moving through this beautiful work together. So with that said, thank you. Let's dive in and get started with lesson 9. So lesson 9 says, I see nothing as it is now. And you may have noticed that a lot of these do carry on and build on top of each other from the previous lessons. And really what I find so cool about this is that it is just giving us the opportunity every day to shift the way we see ourselves and the way we see the world around us. So if you start to become aware that you see nothing as it is now, it's allowing you to really understand the perceptions that you've created around these things. So for instance, it says that, let's do this first actually, because this is so true. It says in here that it's difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. And you might actually meet some active resistance. Now, I know for myself, when I started a lot of my mindset journey a few years back, I had a lot of resistance. My ego wanted to believe so strongly with, my story, my identity, all the things I was attaching to. And so if someone were to say to me oh, this is just a story you're telling yourself, or you're seeing something that isn't actually here, I would have been very, very triggered. And so if you're feeling that way with any of these lessons, but this one specifically, just because that's what we're talking about right now, if you feel that way, I want you to know that it's totally okay. And it also just means it's an opportunity for growth and an opportunity for you to create some shifts in your perception and to start to see that maybe you have been attaching to something that isn't super healthy for you and isn't actually serving your highest evolvement or your highest good. So I see nothing as it is now. So if you're practicing this lesson, you start by looking around at the closest things. So say I'm looking at my hand and I go, I do not see this hand as it is now. I do not see this hand as it is now. And what that means is actually when I'm looking at my hand, I start to see a lot of filtered stories and truths and facts from my past. I see what I already believe. And I hope that kind of makes sense. So I'm going to see oh, this is what my hand's used for. Or I see tattoos, or I see rings, or I see, the ring that then reminds me of a story or a memory where I got it. I'm not seeing just what this is. And if I look past me and now I go, okay, I do not see this cup as it is now, because I'm seeing all of my experiences, my perceptions, and my beliefs around what a cup is, what it does, I use it for, how it makes me feel, what I associated it with in the past, right? All of these things are showing up. And then same as, a window or a tree or a house outside in the distance, right? I'm seeing these things based on the past. So I'm not actually seeing it as it is now, because everything's being filtered through my limited perception. That is the key takeaway. Everything you see in life is being filtered by your perception. Now, this is where I think it allows us to be really empathetic to other people, because it's really easy for us to see people with different beliefs or on a different side of a story, and we feel like we're right, they're wrong, or we create some kind of attachment or resistance or even resentment and judgment towards them. And the reality is that like you are seeing things from your perception and from your experiences and beliefs, and they're seeing it from their perception and experiences and beliefs. And so neither of you are actually looking at the situation with a clean slate. You're both bringing your own experiences forward. And so one thing that has helped me so much since doing this work is to really create like a healthy detachment around what I believe to be true in a situation, and a healthy level of empathy and understanding for what someone else might believe to be true. So yes, I might feel like, you know, this is what's true to me, this is what means a lot, and this is what I believe right now. And I might be like in a argument or like on opposite sides as someone else. But if I realize like I'm seeing everything based on the traumas that I've gone through, based on the pain, based on the experiences and moments that really hurt me, or the beliefs that I created because of that, that made me feel small or made me feel unworthy or made me feel not good enough, I'm creating all of these things and attaching to them, holding them as my identity, who I think I am. And that person's gonna have totally different experience. And so we might not be able to see eye to eye unless we're empathetic, and like unless we understand that, you know, we are both bringing two very different versions of life and the human experience to the table. So very long tangent. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. So basically with this practice, you're going to do this again 3 or 4 times throughout the day, whenever you think of it, whenever you remember it. And you don't want to be like focusing on, you know, anything in particular. It's just like whatever you see, you can focus on. And it doesn't mention this in the book, but I would highly recommend using this as well, not necessarily for things you see in the physical, but for things you're experiencing. So the example given in here that I just shared as well is like, I do not see this hand as it is now. I do not see this cup as it is now. I do not see this window as it is now. And that's a great way to practice it. That's totally perfect, totally fine. But my own little like challenge or like little nuance that I'd love to put forward for you is to use this for thoughts and experiences. So say you're feeling triggered at work and you're a little bit overwhelmed because someone said something, that would be the perfect time to go, I see nothing as it is now. And allow yourself to sit with that for a second. So, you're being triggered by someone who said something. If you allow yourself to realize this and go, I see nothing as it is now, you're going to realize that you're actually bringing forward a lot of past experiences, a lot of old stories, a lot of old emotions and times of feeling small or feeling like you've been lectured or disrespected or not seen and not heard. And you're actually bringing that forward into the present moment with you. And that's what's making you feel extra angry or overwhelmed or upset, right? Because you're letting the past dictate your present moment. Same thing, you go home or you're with a friend and or someone cuts you off when you're driving somewhere and you're like, and you're getting frustrated and you're like start to be really mean towards this person and like call them an idiot and stuff. I'm like the sweetest person, but I have very bad patience when it comes to driving. So I'm one of those people. And like, I'll get really frustrated at drivers and I have to remind myself, like, I don't actually know the situation and why am I letting this, you know, rule my emotions so much? So this would be a great one to practice. I see nothing as it is now. So someone cuts you off, your immediate response or projection is really negative. You know, you're taking out your emotions, projecting things onto them. And if you go, wait a minute, I see nothing as it is now, you're just kind of allowing your ego to step back and realize that you don't know what's going on in the situation. Your beliefs are very limited. They could be rushing off because someone's like in the hospital. They could be late for something. They could just be like in their head really struggling with a lot of things going on. There's so many different things and different pieces to that scenario. And it's almost like using today's lesson as a way to allow yourself to separate and step back. And then again, from that place, we can bring in some empathy. So I hope you enjoy today's lesson. Practice it as much as you can. As always, it's a beautiful one to bring forward at any time throughout the day, throughout any day, even after today when you're done lesson 9. But I see nothing as it is now. Just allowing yourself to kind of disconnect from your mind, from your thoughts, from your beliefs, and realizing that there is a lot more going on that you're maybe not aware of at the moment, and letting that kind of run in and allow you to just be more present. So thank you for joining me. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, and feel free to share. I would love to have as many people diving into A Course in Miracles as possible. Said it before, I'll say it again, I am by no means an expert in this. This is my first time where I'm going to go through the whole thing, and I've gone through maybe the first half of it already, but we started back again earlier this summer when I started these videos. So I'm just really excited to be sharing this and helping make this mindfulness and these teachings of love way more mainstream, and hopefully making it a little bit more digestible and easy so that you can comprehend, you can apply, and you can see these shifts in your life. So thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you tomorrow.